The island of Sodor has many beautiful places. There are fields of green, white sandy beaches, and cozy villages. All the engines love passing through the peaceful landscape. There is one place, however, the engines avoid, the smelters. The air seemed to grow cold as the sounds of snorting machines whirred all around. Worst of all, the line side was littered with rows of rusted cars, trucks, and engines. The smelters were run by two menacing diesels, Ari and Bert. They take great pleasure in their work and never miss a chance to taunt the engines.
Don't get too close to the colours, Torch. They might cut you up on sides.
The engines knew that Sir Topham Hatt would never scrap them, but all the same, Ari and Bert's teasing chilled them to the boiler. One cold night, the diesels were idling outside the smelter shed. They had finished their work and were ready to retire to their shed. A low mist hung over the yard, and echoes of the smelting machines danced in the air.
Another day's behind us, eh?
Rumbled Ari.
Could it be better?
Oozed Bert. Their conversation was interrupted by an unfamiliar horn. Through the mist, a long, slender diesel swung into the yard. A line of trucks groaned behind him.
Hello, what can we do for you?
Evening, grunted the diesel. Special delivery for you. They're clearing out an old mine on the mainland.
Well, that is a kind of surprise.
Smirked Ari. Scrapyards on the other railway are at a capacity, so I was told to take it on my goods delivery tonight. He finished.
Well, thank you very much.
Chuckled Ari.
Now I'll show you to the fuel pump. In Bert, you move that old rust bucket into the smelter shed.
Bert didn't like being bossed around, but he complied as Ari the diesel rolled away. He growled as he dragged the heavy flatbed into the smelter shed.
Stupid Ari, he could have brought this rubbish in here.
As he rolled along, the old steam engine creaked and groaned. It almost sounded like laughter. Bert pulled into place, then rolled alongside.
Who's got to laugh now, you soft old kettle?
Is that what you think of me?
Bert ground to a halt. For the first time, he saw the front of an old engine. His face was smudged and dirty, and its eyes were weary.
I'm far from useless.
Wheezed the engine.
Pah! Another steam engine now. You're the pass. Diesels are the way forward. There's no use for you now. What happens when you come outdated?
Bert scoffed.
What? That's never gonna happen. I used to be just like you. I was delivered to the old mine with everyone telling me how powerful I was. They had every engine before me on its last When I came, I laughed at it. Not in your pride no more, old-timer. You wouldn't have work if it wasn't for me. This mine was built on my steam. Now you have no more left to give. So, stand aside and let the new engines take charge. Look at me now. I was invincible until the diesels came. I gotta take them.
He started coldly at Bert.
You marmoted, Bert, but what will happen when a more efficient engine is built? That would never happen. I know it wouldn't. It just wouldn't. Deny it all you want, but I stand before you as proof. Just a reminder, Bert, time will go on and you will get replaced.
Bert was silent. The words sent chills through his frames.
Perhaps you should be more kind to engines. After all, we have done our fair share of work. We just all want to go in peace without your mockery and steering. Now, I want to get some of that peace I deserve.
Bert said nothing. He was deeply affected by the engine's words, but didn't want to show it. He continued to sneer as he rolled out of the smelter shed. Ari was waiting for him. The big diesel had gone with his goods train, and the fog was beginning to lift.
Where have you been? Who are you talking to? Stupid old steamer, tell me you'll be out of date one day.
Barked Bert. Ari stared blankly.
How did you talk to it?
Bert looked back. As the doors of the smelter shed began to close, he saw no face on the engine, only a rusted smokebox door.
All of this exhaust is golden to me. Shut up! Harry.
snapped Bert. He rolled off to their shed without another word. Bert is a different engine now. While still menacing, he no longer taunts the steam engines with threats of scrap. He is silent whenever he goes into that smelter shed, for he is thinking of that spectral old engine. I think its words will follow Bert for a long time. Don't you?